Hello to everyone. To some of you, good morning, and to others, good afternoon. My name is Anna Portolan, and I am assistant professor at the Department of Economics and Business Economics, University of Dubrovnik, Republic of Croatia. I teach undergraduate courses Introduction to Tourism, Special Forms of Tourism, Management of Hospitality Companies, and Management of Accommodation, and graduate courses Sustainable Tourism and Trends in Hospitality. At the beginning, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to be one of the keynote speakers. I am honored to be the part of this conference, titled The Shape of Recovery, Futures of Responsible Travel and Leisure, especially in this time of global COVID-19 pandemic. The title of my presentation is Glamping, Future of Travel and Leisure. Why this title? As until recently, I was hoping that this conference will be in live. So I have prepared totally different presentation about over-tourism in Dubrovnik and tourism positive and negative social, cultural, economic, environmental impacts in context of cutting the branch we in Dubrovnik are sitting on. But the situation with COVID-19 pandemic diverted my interest to something completely different. After one of my students wrote about glamping in her thesis, I became curious to discover, of course, by researching and analyzing which type of tourism accommodation will recover faster during and after COVID-19 pandemic, and to determine reasons why. I also want to determine, do glamping have a potential to be a future of travel and leisure after pandemic? When I start typing word glamping in Booking.com, TripAdvisor, Airbnb, Expedia, I got huge number of glamping facilities all over the world. At the beginning, I will present the objectives of this presentation. The objectives are to introduce the glamping concept, to explain differences between camping and glamping, to present history of glamping, to introduce the most popular types of accommodation in glamping, to analyze who the glampers really are, to link glamping with sustainable tourism, present situation with camping and glamping in my country, in the Republic of Croatia, connect reactions to COVID-19 with glamping potential, and to answer the question, can glamping tourism be scenario for 2022? What is glamping? When I ask my students of management of hospitality companies or trends in hospitality courses, what glamping is, I usually got answers like, I don't know, I have never heard that word, something connected with adrenaline tourism, special form of tourism, something glamorous. So according their answers during the years, I concluded that till their third year of undergraduate study, they have never heard about glamping. What is glamping versus camping? Even though both of them search for the natural settings, and they both use similar accommodation types like cabins, tents, caravans, and so on. They are not synonymous. They do not attract identical groups of tourists. They are not interchangeable, and they are not identical forms of tourism. So we can ask ourselves, is glamping upscale camping? Back in 2010, one glamping blogger said there are plenty reasons why camping isn't everyone's idea of fun, and some of them are bugs, wild animals, leaking tents, and canned food. but there is a way to get back to nature without actually rolling around in it. It's called glamping. And 1 year later, one camping blogger said, glampers are merely trying to be someone they are not. If you are high maintenance and don't like animals or calorie-packed food, don't go camping. Go stay at the Ritz-Carlton where you belong, or an all-inclusive resort. That's something more you want. So you can afford to vacation in the wilderness like Ibiza or Fiji, and let us regular members of society settle for camping in a tent we bought at Target in the Poconos. So glamping is not connected with leaky tents, smelly sleeping bags, improvised and canned food, bugs and animals, but with pre-set up home-like accommodation, outdoor experience, integrate personal wellness into outdoor experience. Glamping has the potential to attract tourists among hotels and peer-to-peer accommodation guests who yearn for glamour and comfort, of course, in combination with closeness to nature. Glamping is characterized by comfort and high quality services, which include the possibility to try many adventurous activities, eat tasty food, and enjoy delicious drinks. So, can we confirm that glamping is upscale camping? I think we can. Glamping is in focus of scientists' interest for about 12 years, but this concept is not as new as somebody would think. It is present in its different forms since the times of Ottoman Empire, when Ottomans used to build extravagant and luxury tents decorated with silk and another expensive materials for their sultan. Could be considered as the beginning of glamping, as you can see here, pictures. Next stage of glamping arose in early 1990s in Africa, when wealthy travelers refused to sacrifice their luxury lifestyles while on safari. Their demands were perfectly fulfilled by luxury canvas tents with all the amenities they could think of, which makes them basically glampers. Hence, the idea of glamping is not completely new one. Nonetheless, the term glamping is only a few years old, and people are just starting to discover this very old concept in a new guise. Here you can see the glamping accommodation in 21st century. Despite glamping has become in focus of scientists' interests, it is still unsearched. Its potential and main features could be crucial in recovery of tourism accommodation industry during and after COVID-19 pandemic. How? One psychologist, Dr. Julie Fraga, said activities like camping and glamping are therapeutic and beneficial for our psychical and mental health. And spending time outdoors can bolster our immune system, lessen symptoms of depression, invoke calm, and bolster well-being. Uh, Glamping in focus of scientist research. Uh, Here we can see that many scientists research different topics, and mostly they're researched basic theory about glamping. So we can said that there is still many different areas, topics where we can search within glamping. Now we can ask ourselves who the glampers really are. The glamping definition does not provide enough information about the essence of glamping because it is focused only on its one aspect, luxury. Sakachova has in 2013 defined two main types of glampers. She thought that many answered questions can arise in one's mind about who the glampers are, who is interested in this kind of tourism, why do they choose glamping, what led them to become glampers, and so on. So she defined two main types of glampers: those who search for glamping resorts and those who go glamping with their own tent or both of them want to be close to the nature, but they do not want to give up the comfort which they are used to at home. She thought that definition of glamping tourism should be revised according to their main characteristics. The definition of resort glamping is very similar to the first definition. Resort glampers are highly motivated by closeness to nature, but the luxury of the place is crucial to them. They seek for real quality and they are ready to pay high price for it. They really enjoy adventurous outdoor activities, delicious food, and tasty drinks. They also search for relaxation and peaceful place where they could hide from their everyday life. They also have strong need for privacy, which allows them to bond with their family. The definition of caravan glamping uh, revealed many differences. These glampers have still need for luxury, but they connect luxury with comfort and homely feeling. They prefer to spend their glamping holidays in their caravans, and also family bonding and socializing are very important for them. They share the same needs with the resort glampers to eat high quality foods and drink wine, but they want to prepare that food by themselves. Uh, mm, Caravan glampers they want to be in the caravan, and privacy is highly appreciated to them. Uh, Caravan glampers have strong need to personalize their caravans and making them beautiful. They create their special place where they feel comfortable, safe, and happy. Uh, the most common activities for them are socializing, cooking, making handicrafts, and exploring the area. They characterize themselves usually as creative and innovative people who are positive and happy all the time. Now, the most popular types of accommodation in glamping. Uh, Here are those types. You can see teepees, wagon and shepherd huts, domes, cubes, yurts, tree houses, tents, pods, and ice streams and trailers. Um, as I'm teaching also about sustainability, so I tried to find link between glamping and sustainable tourism. And uh, I ask myself, can glamping include the word sustainable in its definition? For example, glamping is glamorous camping in a sustainable way. Nowadays, term sustainability is prostitute because everyone uses that word to explain everything. But in the shortest possible form, sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. If we copy that tourism, sustainable tourism development is development which harmonizes economic, social, cultural, political, and environmental protection, socio-cultural identity, local residents' quality of life, and quality of visitor experience. Continuing the fact that today tourists are more concerned about environment and are willing to pay more to enjoy environmentally sustainable destinations, key reasons why glamping can be defined as sustainable form of tourism are: it allows glampers to stay close to the outside environment and interact with nature around them. Also, being in the middle of nature brings everyone closer to understanding and loving it, and something what we love, we will work extra hard to protect that. In the case of offering vintage or retro services, many of the company sets like camper vans and so on are an excellent example of recycling or upcycling for business. Also, accommodation is often using sustainable materials and with little or no heating of any significant environmental consequence. Many glamping boats also utilize solar facilities. It often reduces the need for vacationers to take a flight to their destination where they want to stay as tourists. Therefore, they help to cut ozone damaging pollution being pumped into the environment. Depending on the type of glamping business, it can help consumers avoid pre-packaged and processed food products, cutting down on the rubbish they generate by allowing access to farm shops, small local shops, local producers, and so on. When out in the environment all the time, little looks even more out of place than normal, therefore encouraging people to move everything they see to bin and encouraging them to never litter themselves. Depending on the type of glamping business, camping gear will be reused time and time again. This means that carefully chosen items will have multiple uses and therefore fewer materials will be used to produce them. This can include avoiding disposable containers and instead opting for reusable ones. Glamping business can easily utilize products that promote environmental awareness into its daily services, such as environmentally friendly cleaning products, solar and wind power, and so on. Businesses involved in camping and glamping seem to be more inclined to get involved in environmental activities because of their business nature. My humble opinion is that, among other reasons, glamping is rising due to the growing of sustainable tourism popularity. At the beginning, I said how many facilities I have found while uh, going on website of Booking.com, Airbnb, and so on and so on. So the most popular continent for glampers is North America with total 248 glamping facilities. Then Europe with 23% or 183 properties. Then at the similar number of similar percentage, Central, South America and Africa, and then Asia, with 89 properties, and at the bottom is Australia and New Zealand with only 6% or only 49 properties. According to Data Bridge Market Research, the glamping market from supply side is expected to reach an approximate value of 6.32 billion by 2027, what is growth of 12.30% for the period from 2020 to 2027, what is a really huge increase. How looks glamping in the Republic of Croatia? So the beginnings of glamping development in Europe date back to 2008. In parallel with the development of vacant select specialized agency that by 2014 had opened 1,100 glamping camps in 90 locations in Europe. Mostly were selected countries that were located on the coast, have suitable climate and untouched nature. Some of the selected countries were Slovenia, Switzerland, France, Portugal, and my country, Republic of Croatia. In the Republic of Croatia, the largest luxury glamping facility was opened late in 2018 in Pomer near Medulin, Istria. Camping as a type of accommodation in Republic of Croatia exists in its legal acts from its independence, but glamping as a glamorous camping only since 2019. According to the Glamping Hub, the largest glamping platform for booking and information on glamping tourism worldwide, there are 36 destinations in the Republic of Croatia that are geographically spread from Istria, Plitvice Lakes, Gorski Kotar to Dubrovnik. Now, statistical data in favor of camping and glamping in the Republic of Croatia. According to the statistical data, decline of tourism arrivals and overnights in 2020, this was first COVID-19 season, in Republic of Croatia was lower in camping than in hotels. As you can see in this table, decline in hotels within total arrivals was almost 77%, while at the same time in camping, 55%. Total overnights decrease for 74% and in hotels and for 52% in camping. So it can be concluded that camping and glamping will have faster recovering from COVID-19 consequences. Now I try to connect COVID-19 virus and glamping. Within the question is reaction to COVID-19 crisis potential for glamping tourism. Reaction to COVID crisis were fear of virus, needness to socialize outdoor, going back to nature, socializing within the same family was recommended because of social and physical distancing, rediscovering suburban green areas, and rediscovering local production or agriculture. At the same time, I linked those reactions with potential for glamping. Glamping has potential like in health benefits of staying in a natural environment. It is type of outdoor tourism, like outdoor hotel experience. It is family customized. It is nature-based and eco-friendly tourism product. It educates about environment and contributes to environment conservation, and it protects tradition and local products authenticity. So on the left side, we have during this COVID-19 crisis, lockdown, travel restrictions, online working and studying, staying indoors, and restricted movement. What we can have with glamping tourism development, complete unity with nature, mental and physical recuperation, free movement, staying in natural environment. So I would go back to what I have already mentioned. Glamping is therapeutic and beneficial for our mental and physical health. So spending time outdoors can bolster our immune system, lessen symptoms of depression, invoke calm, and bolster well-being. According to the Center for Disease Control, going outdoors is a relatively safe way to stay physically active, get fresh air, and reduce stress. So after months of online working and education, restricted movement and travel sanctions or lockdowns, doctors recommend stays and trips to nature, complete unity with nature without contact with no family members. If what is stated is not the potential for glamping tourism in this corona situation and is not the shape of recovery in tourism accommodation industry during and after COVID-19 pandemic, I do not know what is. So can glamping tourism be the scenario for 2022? In 2021, we still have under tourism. Health is in main focus. Nature is partially recovered, and travelers are having financial problems. In 2022, we can have outdoor glamping tourism as outdoor tourism, more relaxed attitudes toward health because mostly people will have vaccination. Nature will be respected and appreciated, and financial problems will be smaller because economy and tourism will recover and consolidate. Or one more specifically question, which type of glamping tourism, according Sakocheva and according main characteristics of glampers, will be better scenario for 2022? Resort glamping or caravan glamping? So I will finish my presentation with the question, can glamour camping be one of the shape of recovery in tourism accommodation industry during and after COVID-19 pandemic? I appreciate if you can contact me through my mail address so we can discuss about your opinion toward this question. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this presentation. Hopefully next year this conference won't be online and we will be able to meet each other in live. Thank you very much.